So we just hit Monster Hunter's 20th anniversary. We've been told we're gonna get some more news about Wilds this summer, but I cannot wait that long to talk about Monster Hunter Wilds. Hence this little video series where I'll be talking to you guys about what sorts of things I want to see in Wilds. Starting with today's topic, the visuals. You would think that my simple answer would be just stick with what World did, but my wishes are a bit more complex than that. Since we already have a trailer, let me show you the exact scene where I knew that my desires for the visuals were already met. Before we got to see a glimpse of Wilds, I think the majority of the Monster Hunter fanbase was talking about how much they wanted World's graphics to come back. And I get it, World did a far more realistic and refined approach when it came to the visuals. I've said this before, but World and Iceborne excelled at immersion, a lot of which is attributed to the graphics. Everything around you is incredibly detailed, making it hard to not stand still every now and then so that you can just take in that scenery. World looks so good and we all know it, but it was only after I went back to older titles like GU that I realized something was missing. For context, I've played Monster Hunter 1, a little bit of 4U, GU, World, Rise, and Stories 2. And while I'm not going to compare World's graphics to something like Monster Hunter 1 or 4U, I do have another comparison that I want to make. Both World and Rise push the boundaries of Monster Hunter visuals for their intended platforms. Actually, let me just stop right here and make a quick point. If you think Rise's graphics look bad just because it released after World, then just click off the video, like right now. Seriously, I hope this warning reaches you before I do. Yes, World and Iceborne push the boundaries more than any Monster Hunter title in a different direction from what was already done. And it looks incredible, everybody loves it, but I think it's lacking something when it comes to the visuals. You see, older Monster Hunter titles that are portable, like GU, have more vibrant colors to them. And what I mean by this is that sometimes in Worlds, maps will slowly blend into themselves, which can look a little plain. But if you look at some older maps like the Ruined Pinnacle, the grass is literally greener over there. And before I get any cringy keyboard warriors saying that I'm defending Title X and slandering Title Y, it's all Monster Hunter, it's all great, I love it all, okay? Chill. I think most people would agree that these more vibrant colors are a direct result of portable titles being a lot more arcade-ish, whereas World takes a lot more of a realistic approach, which is great. I love the fact that the Monster Hunter team dares to innovate in whatever way they see fit. Another Monster Hunter game that captivated my attention far more than I anticipated when it comes to the visuals was Stories 2. I know it's a spin-off game, but that doesn't make its art style any less appealing for me. This game engulfs you with beautifully designed areas, all of which feel very different. What initially made me think about this topic was when I was streaming my playthrough of Stories 2, chat kept bringing up the fact that they wouldn't mind playing an actual Monster Hunter game that had these more cartoon/arcadey visuals, right? And while I agree to try out something like this, I mean, you know, why not? It's more Monster Hunter content. It doesn't necessarily cover my vision for Wilds. Basically, I wanted something that looked as real as World, but I wanted it to have the bright colors that more traditional titles and spin-offs like Stories 2 have brought us. Which is why for me, the trailer hit the nail on the head. There I was, watching these realistic visuals shift between chaotic chases and storms, and as the hunter is making their way up the mountain, in what seems like a literal breath of fresh air, the screen is flooded with this golden glow of the desert, contrasting the sharp brightness of the sky above. This is when I knew that Wilds got my desires for the visuals right, before I even managed to form a full opinion on it. It's like the Monster Hunter team is reading my mind or something. Shit, that's kind of scary actually. So what do you think? Are you pleased with what we've seen so far? Let me know in the comments. Let's have a chat about it. This will be all from me today. Stay safe, and until we meet again.